Hey, what's up? It's Matt. And I just got back from the B&H Build conference, where I filmed a whole vlog about the trip and like all the cool camera gear I nerded out over. I'll drop that vlog in the corner and in the description so you can check it out. But today I want to do something a little different. I want to walk you through how I actually edited that vlog and show you the tools that made the whole process way faster and a lot more fun. Especially one tool that completely changed the way I turn long videos into shareable clips. Spoiler, it's called Vizard and it saved me so much time on this trip. Let's start with music because, honestly, music is everything for the first 10 seconds of a vlog. For the intro, I wanted something funky with a bit of swagger, like something that would make you feel both playful and pumped. I was thinking vintage vibes, 70s groove, a little Prince energy, that type of thing. I actually used a music platform to find the track. The one I picked matched the vibe instantly, but here's where Vizard came in. Instead of tediously cutting multiple intro versions to see which one hit with the song, I let Vizard automatically find the most energetic moments in my footage and generate a few short candidates timed to the music. It made A/B testing different intros stupidly fast. Okay, next problem. I did not shoot nearly enough B-roll of New York. Classic move. You get distracted hanging out with friends, testing cameras, comparing lenses, and forget to actually film the city. If you've ever done travel vlogs, you know that feeling. The good news is that between stock footage libraries and a little creative planning, that hole is easy to patch. What I did was twofold. First, I used an idea generation flow to lock in the mood I wanted, dark, moody subway shots with warm highlights, and then I hunted for matching footage. Here's the workflow I love. Sketch the shot in your head, maybe even quickly generate a reference image or a short concept video using an AI image or video tool to lock in the vibe. That reference becomes your mental target when you sift through stock clips. I did exactly that. Whipped up a quick moody subway concept, and then searched for New York subway clips that matched the tempo and color. There are tons of platforms with high-quality stock, and I downloaded a few log formats so color grading would be cleaner. But again, the time saver was Vizard's auto-editing. Instead of dragging dozens of clips into a timeline and guessing where to trim, Vizard scanned the long vlog, found the segments where I talked about NYC or showed cool gear, and suggested edit points. I could then swap in the stock subway clips Vizard suggested locations for. It felt like having an assistant who already knew the tone I wanted. After patching in this B-roll, I wanted to layer in ambient city sounds, subway doors, distant chatter, horns, plus a bit of character, like that street vendor shouting about hot dogs because New York without vendors yelling isn't New York. For that kind of micro sound work, I still rely on dedicated SFX libraries and AI voice tools. I generated a short, shouted, "Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs here!" voice clip and treated it to a little room echo so it felt like it was coming from across the sidewalk. Mix that with some crowd murmur and distant horns, and suddenly the whole sequence breathes. But here's the practical thing. Doing the sound design and finding the right edit points separately is slow. Vizard helps by predicting the best in-video moments that pair well with certain soundscapes. It'll flag where the footage would benefit from a city ambience layer, or where a punchy sound effect would make a cut pop. That small nudge made the timeline editing way less guesswork and way more intentional. Now let me get nerdy about visuals for a sec. I love grid. New York can be pretty, but I wanted the vlog to feel a little rough around the edges. Grain, contrast, some texture. I used a film grain plugin and selectively applied it to exterior clips to give them that cinematic street look. Why selectively? Because you don't want grain over a talking headshot where you want clarity. I used a single effect on the outdoor clips, dialed it back, and kept the indoor interviews clean. Vizard made this painless by letting me create a short highlight reel of all outdoor moments and apply a batch preset so I didn't have to tweak each clip individually. That kind of batch control is honestly a lifesaver when you're editing 30 to 60 minute raw footage down to a 6 to 8 minute vlog. At this point you might be thinking, okay, this sounds like a lot of tools. Which ones do I actually need? That's the other part I love. You don't have to replace the tools you already use. Use your favorite music and SFX libraries for audio. Use stock footage providers for clips. Use creative AI tools for quick mockups. But plug Vizard into the middle of that workflow to stitch everything together. Vizard doesn't make the music for you or replace sound libraries. It finds the moments, creates tight edits, and organizes the pieces so that adding music, sound design, and grading becomes way faster. I also want to talk about repurposing content, because this is where Vizard shines for creators trying to grow. After I finished the main vlog, I realized there are dozens of micro moments that would crush on social. The ooh face when a new lens arrived, the quick gear comparison, the slow motion of city lights. Traditionally, you'd sit there and manually trim 20 clips, export each one, resize, add captions, plan posting times. That process can take hours. Vizard's auto-editing feature automatically identifies the highest engagement segments from the long video and generates short, platform-ready clips. It picks moments with reaction shots, strong audio cues, and clear action, the stuff that typically performs well on TikTok or Reels. Then it formats them for vertical or square views and even suggests captions. And if you're trying to be consistent, which you should, the auto-scheduling feature is a game changer. You tell it how often you want posts, set your preferred time windows, and Vizard queues and publishes clips automatically. You can go from "I'll post once a week" to "I want 3 short clips across platforms per week" without babysitting the uploads. That consistency drives algorithmic traction far more effectively than sporadic posting. The content calendar is the last puzzle piece. It's such a simple idea, but massive in effect. One place to see every clip you've generated, where it's scheduled, what captions or hooks are attached, and the performance after posting. I can swap a clip's publish date, change the caption, or repurpose a high-performing clip across different platforms in a couple clicks. It turns what used to be chaos, multiple files, different sizes, scattered captions, into something manageable. For creators juggling clients, a YouTube channel, and social accounts, this central control is the difference between being overwhelmed and being consistently productive. Look, I'll be real about alternatives. There are traditional editors, like Premiere and Resolve, that give you absolute control. But doing everything there is time-consuming and requires an editor mindset. There are also some other auto editors out there, but a lot of them either charge crazy amounts, strip out fine-grained control, or just churn out generic clips that don't match your voice. Vizard sits in the sweet spot. It's smart about choosing the interesting moments. It keeps your creative control. You can edit any auto-generated clip, and it streamlines scheduling and publishing. Compared to manually chopping and exporting, it saves me hours. Compared to some automatic services that give you canned edits, it keeps the personality intact. So, if you're a creator who makes long-form content and wants to scale short-form output without hiring an editor or losing your voice, I'd recommend trying that workflow. Keep using your favorite music and sound resources for flavor. Use stock clips or quick AI mockups for missing B-roll. But let Vizard automatically find the clip-worthy moments, format them, and schedule them. For my B&H Build vlog, that meant I finished the main edit faster and walked away with 12 ready-to-post shorts that I could publish over the next month without thinking about it.
All right, that's my breakdown.
If you want to try this out, I'll leave links in the description to the tools I mentioned and to a Vizard trial so you can see how it handles your footage. Seriously, give it a spin. Even if you're skeptical about auto-editing, you'll appreciate how much time it saves and how it surfaces moments you might have missed. Thanks for watching the Behind the Edit breakdown. If you liked this sort of walkthrough, editing tips, quick tool demos, and real workflows, let me know and I'll do more. Peace out, and happy creating.